Hi, welcome back. This is issue 18 of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. In the previous two, we've done the gearbox housing, the engine front, and the sunpan. There we go. So this is issue 18, and we're going to go down and see what else there's in store. So here we go. Here's the parts. We've got the back of the engine, which is metal there. We've got the engine. Which way does this go? Let's have a little look. See, right, we've got the engine side right. We've got the engine side left. And you know it's the right because there's two little holes in there, screw holes. And then we've got the manifold right, left and right there. And then we've got the fuel filter, which is this black plastic. And we've got a little gold oil filter. And then again we've got DM screws and lots of AP screws there to affix all this together. So I won't miss any steps this time. So here we go. The first step is to fit the filters. So for this we need the engine right, and then we need to fit the filter. Let's have a little look how this is done. It looks like on the inside, like so. And then that gets screwed in to there with an AP screw. So I'll just get these out. Come on. Okay. So yeah, that just pushes in the little recess behind, and then that gets secured through the front there with an AP. So I'm just going to load my screwdriver up first. This is very fiddly. And then just in the front there. So I was holding that in from the back. Screw that in. Like so. So that is that part. And then after we've done that, we need to fix the oil filter, which goes next to it in this little hole, and there's a little keyway. It's keyed, so you've got it only fits in one way. There you go. So you've got that little keyway there. So that pops in the back like so, and again with another AP screw from the front we attach that through there. And I'm glad it's got that little key, so we can actually get that in without it spinning. There we go, and that's that in as well. So that is that step done. We've step 1 and 2 of fitting the filters. Right, we're going to fit the manifolds now. So this part we've just had with the filters. Let's just see what the difference is between these two. Okay, so one of the manifolds has got one screw hole in. We don't want that part. We want this part, which has got the 2 holes in, which goes on this side, the right hand side of the engine with the filters. Okay, so let's just see which way this goes. So the curved bit, which is, let me just move this. This curved bit here points towards those two screw holes there, and that just fits in like that with the two holes facing upwards. Okay, and then like with the rest of those plastic parts, we want AP screws. Oh, a little bit fiddly. Let me just load my screwdriver up. These are so small. And then just goes in the top. Like so. So that's one in. I'm just going to put the other one in to get it started. And it's quite difficult to get you a good angle to see this whilst I'm trying to screw it. So, there we go, that's one. And then the other side there. And that's that part in nice and tight. Okay, and then step 2 of the manifolds is the other side of the engines. We want the left hand side. And then what we want to do is you've got the holes which are slightly off centre. And we would need, let me just check this picture out. There we go, like that. So the hole is nearer the edge, and there's like this bit sticking out here. So you want the hole nearest the edge. Okay, and then again we want 2 AP screws to secure that from the other side. So there's one. I'm just going to start them off as normal, just till we get it in place, and then I can then finish tightening them up afterwards. So that's one side, and the other side. So that's that manifold done on the left hand side of that engine. Looking good. So far, so good. So the next part, we need to fit the engine sides with DM screws. So we're going to need this part we've been working on, and the first side is with the filters. Now the right hand side of the engine where the filters go in, this side covering, you can see that starter motor we did, and that fits there nicely. Let me just, I'm not sure. Yeah, you've got a little hole here, and then you've got a little pin there, so that slots in like so. Except mine's not a very flush fit. See, I don't know if you can see that, but when that's down, see that hole there? it's not quite straight, but we'll manage with that. And then obviously we'll secure that together with the M screws. So we'll just grab those out and we'll see what this looks like. I'm not quite sure why that's like that, but it might sort itself out when we start screwing down. So I'm going to do that side first. That's one. I'm just going to swap these ends. That's better. And two. There we go. So we've got the two screws in there, and then I'm just going to tighten them down. That's one. And two. So that is that part. Oh, it doesn't look too bad now it's all straightened out, but yeah, there you go, that's that part, and then that's what that looks like from the other side. And then obviously step 2 of the engine side is to fix the other side. So we'll turn that round, same thing. You've got the little pin at the top which will sit in that little hole at the side of the engine there. And then we screw that in again. Turn that round with DM screws in the 2 holes there. So we just get these started. So that's 1. And 2. So yeah, with a little bit of force, I'm just going to screw those in. I've got a screw that's jumping already. I'm going to have to hold this in my hand for this one, just to get this one in. Okay, that was very tight, but they are in, and that's what we should have. Okie doke, so I've just dropped some screws on the floor, they're my APs, there we go. Right, so yeah, the next part is the engine back, which fits on. The pictures aren't very clear, but it's pretty self-explanatory. That side facing outwards, and that fits in there like so. We'll just see if that lines up nicely, which it does. And then you've got 2 screws that go in the top there, 1 and 2. And this is going to be a little bit fiddly, so I'm just going to start the screws off. Again, DM screws for that part. And I reckon these are going to be quite hard to get in. started one off. And two, so let me just turn that round. See? So I'm just going to tighten these up with a bit of grip, because again you need to put force in these flaming screws. But we are there. An extra turn on those. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. They're in there now. So we've just put those two screws in there, there and there. So yeah, it's looking a bit more like an engine, a little bit. Okay, and that is it. Yep, so that was it for issue 18. Still got a sweat on. So yeah, I'll look forward to issue 19 and I'll see you there.